Well, what do we have here, my friends? We have all three of my brand new Scratch-built 737s. We have right here 737-300, 737 MAX 7, 737-200. All have their retracts fitted, all have their EDFs fitted, and this is a progress report on these three Scratch-built, handmade RC airliners made by yours truly, DemonDriver. And I want to share a quick update video, build update video on these three handmade RC airliners. Because as you know, scratch building RC airliners is my specialty. I've been doing it for many, many, many years. And these three handmade RC airliners is kind of a culmination of all those years of building, but the only reason I'd be able to do this is because I've learned from many, many, many other great builders over the years, and I'm always learning. That's the key about scratch building. You gotta keep learning, you gotta be humble, and you gotta always be inquisitive and have patience and tenacity and discipline, and you can get everything built. So let's talk about the first RC airliner here, the 737-200, Old Faithful. Basically, the 200 is just a slightly longer version of the 100 and with modified engine nacelles. And as you can see, she's roughly about 72, maybe 70, about 72 to 75 inches long. I forgot the exact measurement, but she has her twin 70mm EDFs installed. She has her retracts installed, nose gear, everything. Serverless retracts down below. And here's one of her engine nacelles that are soon to be finished and laminated and then put up under the wing. She is going to be all Nippon Airways, the old 1970s Mohican with the blue stripe down the center. All Nippon Airways of Nihon, of Japan. Give you a better view of her. I love the 200, man. I've flown on the 200 probably at least 10 times over my life, from US Air, Delta. I think I may have even flown on a People's Express 200 in the mid to late 80s, I think, when I was a kid. And the second plane is the 737-300, which was the advanced version of the 200. It was lengthened, and of course it had CFM turbofan engines. It was the first of the 73s. It debuted in 84-ish time period, and I think US Air was the first airline to fly it, if I'm not mistaken. And she has her twin 80mm installed. She has her serverless retracts installed, nose gear. Now this bird is the same fuselage length as the MAX 7. She's about 84 inches long, roughly 7 feet. Wingspan, though, ironically, is the same as the 200, and that's around 6 foot wingspan. The airline of this is top secret. I'm not telling you. Sorry about that, but I'm not going to tell you. And here's the nacelle for the 300, 737-300. It's what they call the hamster, or the hamster face, or the hamster nacelle. That's kind of the nickname for it. And this is the right one. It'll be hollowed out and then placed into position. And that's kind of that classic 300 engine nacelle flat bottom. That's to offer ground clearance. And believe it or not, what Boeing did was they designed it for if the nose gear had failed and the nose dropped, the nacelles actually wouldn't touch the ground and be damaged. That was a nice design feature that Boeing added into the into this nacelle and the 300 series. But like all three of these girls, you have hot wired nose, hot wired tail, hot wired wings, and hot wired fuse section, cross sections, all put together with carbon fiber rod down the center, sanded down, and then 1/32 balsa put over the wings. A really good, perfect airfoil. Carbon fiber rods in the wings, carbon fiber rods in the elevators. Stabilizer tail, you can actually see some of the rods right there through the sunlight. Okay, and last but not least is the 737 MAX 7, and here she is. 84 inches long with a wingspan of about 84 inches. Yes, indeed. You guys watched me fit the twin 90mm Dr. Mad Thrust, all aluminum EDFs on their pylons. She has her serverless retracts mounted. The wheel wells have been yet to been digged out yet. I haven't dug them out yet, but I will soon. And as you can see, these babies embody my new style of building. But I have to make an omission, and I have to say one thing about this style, making the fuselage tube. It is a pain in the ass and it's labor intensive and I don't like it, and I'm going to change how I make the fuse tube. That's all. I'm going to go back to my old style of having a white styrofoam backbone laminated with a carbon fiber rod down the center, and then fuselage cross sections down the backbone like I used to do with my older airliners, and then wrapped over that 2mm or 1mm depth run sheet wrapped around, and then 1/32 balsa over that. That way I can put a scale. It's easier to put a scale interior seats and windows and all that stuff into that. But here's one of the engine nacelles of the MAX 7. Of course, it'll have the back end eaten out. It'll have the aerodynamic little ridges, little look like teeth for sound suppression and aerodynamic efficiency. Actually, this is the right hand side. So they'll be fitted over the kind of up over the engine, and that's how they're going to be fitted. Yep. Yeah, they're coming along pretty good. I got to laminate them and then hollow them out. They're made from white styrofoam. Very, very easy to hand make. You hot wire them out and then you hand sand them. The airline for this is top secret. I'm not going to disclose that yet, but as you can see, she's really coming along. And let me show you how big this plane is in relations to me. Alright, let me give you guys an example of how big these 7.3s are. I'm going to pick this 737, my 737 MAX up. It's 7 feet long. Look how big this thing is. I'll just give you an idea. These are much bigger than the Windrider 737s. Much bigger. Give you an overall idea how big these birds are. I'm 5'10". Okay. That's what we're talking about. Twin 90mm. And I'm gonna tell you something. This new way of building with the styrofoam really pays off. Light. This is light. It's not that heavy. Even with the twin 90mm. It's light. Right now, I'm balancing it with 3 fingers. 2 fingers. 2 fingers. That's it. Pretty light. Thank you, my friends, for watching. I appreciate your time, and I appreciate your views. I'm very grateful and humbled by that. And this has been my 737, Scratch-built 737 update video, 737-300, 737 MAX 7, 737-200, the old 200. Next video from these girls will be their EDF and taxi test out here on the driveway. I'll run them up to full power and taxi them around, make sure everything's working properly. And then after that, it will be the maiden flights. So that should be hopefully later, like the winter of 2018, this coming winter, or the spring of 2018. These girls should be in the air. Hopefully, I want to maiden the MAX 7 first, and then the 300, then the 200. Okay? This is DemonDriver. Thank you for your time. I appreciate it. God bless, and have a Merry Christmas. Have a happy holidays. Okay, bye-bye.